This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
I'm Alex, and this is the Ramble, and we go until midnight tonight from New York City, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, he's French. Look at that hat. He's French. That's Toothless Lautrec. Or Toothless Lautrec. I'm hoping that in a few weeks the dentist will put something in there so he will then look normal.
Well, hopefully on the 24th.
Yeah, are you feeling normal, by the way, with that with your teeth, with the you had some dentures?
Yes.
Yeah, you feeling okay with them?
I'm getting used to them.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to them. Not happy with it, but I'm getting used to it.
Okay. Well, maybe if you get really rich, you get like a TV series or something. You get really rich, they can go back in there and just put implants in there.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, because that would be really nice. But I think do you have 3 teeth down there? I think that'd be something like $15,000. Yeah.
All right.
Then, well, I have to put out some. Maybe if they pull this tooth, I'm going to have to put some money out for that. Here's the thing that bothers me. We have Medicare.
Right.
And Medicare, by the way, is only pays 80%. Why? I have no idea. It's probably because there were a bunch of Republicans who said, we're not going to sign on to this thing unless it's 80%. We don't want to have a complete giveaway program. But you know what?
Well, that's why you need Medicaid with it.
Well, or
Medicaid,
Medicaid, or what I've got, which is the supplemental, which costs $310 a month or something. We're paying for it, or Marjorie's company is paying for it for the next 2 years while she doesn't really work, and it takes care of that other 20%. But there are people out there who don't want to have to pay that other 20%, and the Advantage program is, I think, not particularly good. Because you're at the whim of the insurance company. Whereas with supplemental, you're not at the whim of them. They have to pay the difference between whatever Medicare pays and what you need to pay it off.
Right.
So it really, it's not the best possible idea. I think Medicare should take care of 100%. That's for starters, and that should include all dental.
I agree.
And
see, I had to get the Advantage so I get dental.
Yeah, but
Medicare doesn't do dental.
But your dental coverage would not cover putting implants, right?
No, just dentures.
Just dentures. See, so I mean, that's kind of weak. That's kind of weak.
It sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. So people, as they get old, and I can tell you, I'm 82, your teeth start to go bad. I mean, your teeth aren't what they used to. I've got a couple of crowns that need to be replaced because they're falling apart, and I got one tooth that's kind of having some problems, and maybe I need some fillings and things like that. And luckily I have dental insurance through my wife's insurance. However, that doesn't take care of all of it. It only goes up to $2,000 a year. So,
Right.
So the government should, for people over 65, take care of 100% of their medical and give them 100% of their dental.
No, I agree.
And give them whatever is needed to, implants, which are a more expensive process, are important in that they make your life a lot easier.
A more permanent solution.
Well, you put implants in there, like in your case, you have 3 teeth missing. They would put a 3 teeth there, and then they would implant them. Right. And then it's just like you've got a bunch of teeth down there.
Right.
I mean, I have an implant up here, and it's screwed in. Right. So I mean,
It's screwed into your head.
yeah, and I know which teeth they are, but I don't know the difference. It's not like I've got dentures or something like that, you know.
Right,
But
right,
I mean,
right.
the government should care when people get old to take really good care of them, take care of their health, their teeth, you know, all of that. And not,
You're living in a fantasy land.
I'm living in a fantasy land, but you know, in other countries they do it. You know, in England, if you're old, you've got full health care.
Right.
You know,
But no dental. I mean, look at their teeth.
Well, I know. I wonder what they do about dental over there. I haven't checked. You know, they really should.
I have no idea.
Because they had terrible teeth in England, and it wasn't because the British just genetically are inferior when it comes to their mouth. What happened was they used to like these jelly candies, and they would always be sucking on jelly candies.
Right.
And that's what caused the tooth rot. You know, but some Brits have terrible teeth. Terrible
Yes.
teeth. And they're never taken care of because who can afford it? There's got to be some kind of dental care. I mean,
Right.
you know, your health can be affected by bad dental situations, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I just think our government should be a little more caring of older people. I mean, when you get to be my age, you need health insurance. I didn't need it when I was, 35. You know, I mean, I had it, I think. I can't remember. But
I had it.
But it was a minor consideration.
Right.
Because
Right.
how ill did you get at 35, 45, even 50? You know, but as you get older, you start getting stuff. You know, you start having things like issues. And yet, we don't take care of people when they get older. You know, we still
Well, that's the American one. I mean, like in Europe, you see older people walking hand in hand with their grandchildren, or younger people listening to the older people, and we throw older people away here in the United States.
Oh, no, I have a joke. I was going to start a podcast called "Nobody Wants to Listen to Old People,"
Right.
and it would just be my wife and I complaining. You know, they don't know. They don't take you seriously.
Right.
You know,
Right.
When I was younger, when I was in my 30s at the time, I used to go to this place called Max's Kansas City here in New York, and it was a very well-known meeting spot and so on, and all the Warhol people would hang out there and so on and so forth. So I hung out there. I was one of the
Right.
Max's Kansas City folk, and I found out now that my wife was waiting tables there at the time, and I never met her.
Never knew it.
Never knew it. But anyway, one night I go in there, and there are these two women I know, and they're sitting there with an old man. Old man. He was 79. An old man.
Right.
Okay. To me, he was an old man.
Right.
Now he'd be younger than me.
Right. He'd be a kid.
And I said to him, we're sitting talking, and I said, what's the worst thing about being 79 years old? And he said, without even batting an eyelash, nobody ever thinks you get horny. And that really affected me, because I went, geez, if I get to be 79 and I'm horny, nobody thinks I'm getting horny.
Right.
And I'm telling you that even at 79, I was horny.
Sure.
So, I mean, I looked upon that and I went, got to do something for old horny men. I mean.
Now that should be the podcast.
Yeah.
What you do with old horny men.
Yeah, well, what happens is you get older, right? And not only they not take you seriously or not want to listen to you, but they don't want to fuck you either.
No.
But
no.
you're still horny.
Right.
That's the great disparity in nature. Nature doesn't say, "Oh well, you're 79, no longer do you have to get horny."
Right.
Like, I don't get horny anymore because I had this whole prostate operation thing, and it just, I don't know. I look at porno films that are online, and I go, she's not good looking. She's not enough. She's not turning me on. She's not turning me on. Or before I'd say, but go through about 2 of them and go, I got to watch that.
Right.
So
well, that's what the internet's come down to, is porn.
Well, it's the one thing it's good for.
Yeah, no kidding.
You know, but
there's a lot of money on magazines.
Yeah, well, there aren't magazines anymore, are there?
Not really.
You know, I mean,
I think People still exist, and Time still exists, doesn't it?
I think it's only because there are dentist offices and doctors' offices.
Right. But they have the Time magazine from like the year, 1903.
Yeah, well, I just don't know why anybody would want to, like, we get basically, Marjorie has me subscribed to the weekend New York Times.
Okay.
I can't tell you the last time I've looked at it. I guess she uses it and reads it. But we're paying $59 a month for that, and to get the digital edition of the New York Times, which she says she likes. Okay. So
see, I don't like to read on screen. I'd rather hold it in my hand and read it.
Well, that's why the iPad is good. The iPad is like reading a book. The iPad is like reading the newspaper. Okay, you get what I'm saying?
I don't know. There's something about a newspaper, holding it out and reading it.
Yeah, do you remember they used to teach, the New York Times used to be really big, wide. They've cut the paper down.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. It used to be maybe a quarter thicker, wider if you opened it up. Okay. But they then brought it down. But they used to have a thing where they would teach you how to fold the paper as you were reading it so that it would be all available to you. And there was a whole fold thing that you could do with the New York Times to make it more reasonable. Because if you ever had a New York Times, I mean, it was huge.
Right.
And then you turn the page and it's huge, and you turn the page and it's huge. So there was a way of folding it over or something so it made it more usable, which brought it down to about the size of an iPad. So, but I find the iPad is a great way to read stuff. I don't like to read it online.
No, neither do I.
Or the screen, but the iPad, I've read whole books on the iPad because it looks just like a book. You turn the pages and they even flop over like pages.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't have an iPad.
If you use a Kindle on your iPad, it's fine for reading books. Terrific,
Really?
Although I have a friend, my friend Shecky, who likes to read books. He actually buys books and reads them and likes to have them there, and he's lying in bed with the book. He's
right.
And I think that is old-fashioned. That is old school. But there are a lot of people who still like to do that. And I prefer a book. You prefer a book. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I prefer the iPad. I found I got more reading done with an iPad. You download it, the whole book is there. They do it. The font they use on the pages in the in the Kindle are the same fonts that you would find if you bought the book. In other words, you're getting the book. You're just getting it on a Kindle. And on a Kindle, I wish I had mine in here, but I have it in the bathroom. It's about the size of a book page, if not a little bigger.
So the print's a little bigger.
Yeah, so you can change the size of the print.
You can.
That you're allowed to do, which is good for people who are losing their sight or whatever. And then you want to turn the page, you just take your finger and you go like this, and it turns over like it's a page.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So really, if I showed it to you, you'd probably go, I could do this, But
but now you have to get a Kindle, and then you have to subscribe to get the books.
Yeah.
You can't download the books for free, can you?
No, you have to pay for them.
Right.
Yeah. But
they're probably less than what you pay in a bookstore.
Huh?
Books are expensive.
How expensive are they now?
The last book I bought was probably $30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. They guess they've gotten expensive. I've never been a big book reader. Yeah.
No, I was. I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
In high school, I was a big book reader, and in college.
Right. Right.
And when I lived in France, I read a lot.
I never got into really doing a lot of reading of books. I mean, I read a lot of books that were history books about history, things like that. You know,
Things that interest you.
there's a book that I got that was the history of Prohibition, and it's like that thick. Okay.
Right.
And I devoured that. I just devoured it because it was a subject that I was interested in.
Right.
You know.
Right.
But novels, I've never been into novels. I can't tell you the last time I ever read a novel. Were you not into novels or into books about history and things like that?
I liked history. I liked biographies.
Yeah, that me too. I mean, I read 2 biographies on Frank Sinatra.
Oh, really?
You know, I did those on my iPad. You know,
Was it connected to the mob?
No, it was connected to the internet. Oh, you're talking about
Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra. Well, you know, let me explain Sinatra and the mob, okay? And then you'll appreciate this because you're in show business.
Okay.
In those days, most of the nightclubs were owned by the mob. So if you were a singer and you played nightclubs, you knew the mob.
Sure.
You know, and some of them maybe even became your friends.
Right.
And when Sinatra was out of work, you know, he had a bad time there for a couple of years, where Columbia dropped him, and you know, he couldn't get the work. It was the mob that kept him working. They kept booking him into all the mob joints. I mean, the biggest one here in New York was the what was the club? The oh God, I'm trying to remember now. The one that was like south of the border style.
Not the Cotton Club.
No, the Cotton Club. That was mob too. I'm trying to remember the name of the club.
The Copa?
The Copacabana. Yeah. Copa was a mob hangout.
Right.
You know. So they kept him working because they liked him, and because he knew them, and because he, you know, knew them when he was coming up in the business too. You know.
Right.
So they were always fond of Frank because he was very respectful of them because they did right by him. So why shouldn't he have been, shall we say, mob associated if these are the guys
Right.
that saved his goddamn career?
Right.
You know. And he wasn't about ready to throw them out with the bathwater.
No. Why would you?
Yeah. I mean, they saved his career. So I mean, he had. When people say he was associated with the mob, of course he was.
Right.
Of course he was. You know, it was funny. It's funny. The mob, people don't realize the influence the mob has now is not what it once was.
No, not at all.
And one time they ran an article on my friend Al Goldstein saying Screw Magazine is associated with the mob. The mob distributes their newspaper. The thing the New York Times failed to mention was so was the New York Times.
Right.
Everything, anything that moved down the streets of New York City was mob controlled.
Right. The mob had their hand in it.
I had a friend who had a newspaper, a little sex newspaper, and not even, I don't know if it was, I can't remember what kind of newspaper it was. But anyway, he had a little publication, and they wanted to buy it. And he said to them, well, what happens if I don't? He said, then your magazines will never get off the truck.
Huh.
He sold.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah. He sold, and they took him. What he did is he said they picked him up. He was walking down the street, and they said, "Get in the car."
Oh, one of those things.
Yeah, and he got the trip to Brooklyn. It's a famous trip to Brooklyn, And he goes into a room, and there was, I can't remember who it was now. It was some big mobster.
Right.
The guy got killed. I'm trying to remember his name now. But anyway, he said, you're not going to get off the truck. So why don't you just sell it to us? We're going to give you he said they gave him a decent price. It wasn't like they were trying to, give him a lousy price or anything. He just wanted the publication.
Right.
And so he said, what else could I do? I was in Brooklyn, bunch of mobsters. They all got guns. Of course I'm going to sell, And he
you have to be
sold.
an idiot not to.
Yeah. But that's the way it was then. It's not that way any longer in New York, I understand. It's not really the mob isn't controlling stuff like it once did.
No.
And it also got, is this discussion boring you?
No.
I know.
No, not at all.
You got to realize we both probably just got up. What time did you get up? What time do you get up in the morning?
I got up around 10:30.
Yeah, that's me. 10:30 is my get up time.
Right.
If I see on the clock it's 10:30, I go, I better get out of bed.
Right. Me too.
And then I do my 100 sit-ups.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, no, it's not exactly 100 sit-ups. It takes me 100 times to get out of bed.
Good night.
Thank
We'll be
you.
here all week.
That's an old David Feldman line. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How is Feldo?
I have no idea. The guy doesn't talk to me.
Why not?
Because he's turned into an asshole.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot of people have said he's just very unpleasant. People who used to be friends with him. I mean, I never did anything to piss him off.
Right.
God knows, there are people who hate me and they have a good reason to. Okay, but he doesn't.
Right. Right.
So, but every now and then I find myself quoting a Feldman joke. They're old jokes because I don't think he's got any comedy in him any longer. But, I often tell the story about the best thing ever happened to me in comedy is I took Feldman out to lunch one day. And Feldman was the cheapest guy in the world. He could have thousands and thousands of dollars, which he had, but he would never go and pick up the check first, right?
Right.
So we eat. I give the guy my card. He goes out. He comes back. He's got the thing, and Feldman says, "Let me take care of the tip." And I said, "Wow, really? You want to take care of the tip?" He says, "Absolutely. Let me take care of the tip." I said, "Okay." He said, "Let me see here." And he grabbed the receipt, right? The thing you're supposed to sign.
Right.
And he wrote in the tip and then handed it back to me.
That's genius.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So that's one of the funniest moments of my life.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
Alex, you got to admit that's funny.
Oh, no, that's hilarious. I mean, Feldman was very good. As a writer, he was terrific.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the best. But, he went through divorce and everything. He got really bitter, and he somehow, I don't know, one day he just stopped calling, and then he started putting me down for some reason or another, and I just went,
Why be bothered?
well, what do I do? I mean, I've been good to him. Am I supposed to hold that against him? Hey, I've been good to you, be good to me? No. I just go, hey, I did what I did because I did it out of love and out of caring. I mean, his relationship to me was about what yours is to me right now. Very copacetic and very amiable. And you don't hate me yet, do you?
No.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. I got to keep a good eye on that because, if you stop all
I'm wondering, though, how I can parlay this show into getting more gigs.
I wish I could parlay this into making some money.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Well, first,
I mean, I need an income.
Let me just say this because we're running out of time. The first thing you've got to do is get a gig, and then we'll talk about how we can publicize it.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to get you.
I think I have a gig in June.
Got to get you working again. Got to get
Right.
you on the boards again because you're a funny guy, but you're also the kind of person I want to wish all kinds of success for.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, go figure.
Listen, maybe you should start auditioning for films again. You certainly.
I need a new agent.
You need a new agent. Yeah, well.
And I can't really go in for a meeting with no teeth.
That's right. Let's get the teeth taken care of, and then we should get you back into films.
It's been 6 months since I've been dealing with these teeth.
Yeah. Takes forever.
It's been a long process.
It is. Hey, listen, we've run out of time
Already.
Yeah, in fact, we're over time. Good talking to you again, my friend, and we will see you on the. We'll see you next week.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
This is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network, now in its 7th year. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Okay. Steve Kravitz. There we go. Gotta love Steve. Steve is a fun guy to talk to. The reason I like talking to him is because he isn't sitting around doing material, okay? He's just a very funny guy, and he knows how to have a conversation with me. So I really appreciate that. Anyway, I don't know. Everything's a little, I don't know, funny tonight with the picture. I give up. There's like one person waiting to come on right now, and I'm telling you, I'm getting sick of this, okay? I'm really getting sick of this. It's getting to the point where I just want to say that's it and pack it in, because it's just not worth it to me to come on here every night lately and see one person sitting there to come on. And I appreciate that person is there, mind you. In fact, that person who's there is Jeff Stein. Jeff Stein is always there and does a really nice job for me, but of being there, and he's loyal to the show, and I appreciate that. But it, it doesn't make me feel good to have nobody there, right, Jeff?
I guess.
Yeah. It really sucks.
It's frustration.
Yeah,
sure.
No, it's really frustrating, and I don't think anybody really listens to this program anymore, and I don't know why I'm wasting my time doing it, to be honest with you. I do it for you, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm serious. I
enjoy it. A lot of people enjoy it.
Well, there's certain people who have been very loyal to this process, and the only reason I keep doing it is really for them, rather than, well, here comes Tony Magno. Well, that isn't exactly a show, but let me see here. Where is Tony? There's Tony, and the hideous wallpaper and the hideous curtain back there. Oh, here comes Alan. Okay, yeah, Alan's jumping in. I don't know. I don't know what to do about this. I keep thinking maybe I just should go to another kind of way of doing the show and the number of days that I do it and what I do on those shows, but I've yet to figure it out. So, lacking anything else, I guess.
I'm sure if you had some beautiful girl in the background stripping or something, you'd have a lot more people on the show.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to put it on YouTube.
Oh.
You see. You don't know that?
Oh, really? You probably get that.
But you admitted that you don't get much from YouTube anyhow, so.
Well, I would get a lot of people watching, but I wouldn't get monetized. And I might not be allowed to even do it. Although there are some naked guys on
I found that one guy that was demoing they showed you that was demoing how to put a condom on, and he had an erection, and he was playing with himself, and I'm like,
well, it's sex education, I guess.
I guess. Well, she could talk about how to use a vibrator safely or something. I don't know.
Yeah, how to pleasure yourself without trying. Yes,
Tell people how to give. I had to give an enema. You haven't lived until you give yourself an enema in the last 24 hours. 2 days by yourself.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I had to give a fleet enema to myself.
This is getting really strange here, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, it was. My life was so. I am scarred, Alex. I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. But what were they doing? What do you call it?
Yeah, but I had to give an enema to myself 2 times before the thing today.
Biopsy.
No, not a biopsy. Oh, for the biopsy?
Yeah, for the
biopsy. I had to take a fleet enema.
I never had to do a fleet enema with a biopsy.
Tony, you're not.
I didn't even think I got it in. I just fasted, really.
Tony, you're not supposed to drink the enema.
Telling you, my life has been a nightmare the last 24 hours.
Yeah, but if you do, I'll send you a straw.
You gotta see me in the shower. My sister
Comes
wants to come
equipped with
over.
a straw.
Make sure you get it in right, but don't go all the way.
Maybe this is the reason nobody calls this show, because people call up and the one thing they talk about is giving themselves 2 fleet enemas in 24 hours.
It was a nightmare. I was crying in the shower.
I don't know.
This is where my life is.
Wait a minute. I've had a biopsy for the prostate, and I didn't have to go do a fleet enema.
I had one 6 years ago.
Did you have to do it?
Yeah, but only one, and they did it right there for me.
I'm trying to remember. Did he make me do one? I don't think so. No.
Yeah, usually they do because they want to clean out that area a little bit.
Well, speaking of enemas, here comes Phil Meyer.
I yelled Meyer in the office today when I cried.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever have an MRI?
No, I won't do an MRI.
Why?
I would rather die first.
I don't like claustrophobic being close.
Yeah. I couldn't
can't
do
that.
They give you Valium before you.
Doesn't matter. I'd still be screaming.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, they do. They have open MRI too, Alex.
I know they have open MRIs. That's what they would have to do if they want an MRI.
I've done the open MRI years ago.
Most things that they can do with an MRI, they can do it with a CT scan, and those I can tolerate.
It's not the same thing. So I know you understand the difference of the technology, but they see different things better. Like, for instance, for the prostate, the CT doesn't do much, but the MRI does. And
then why is it that everything they did with me, with the prostate, for my seeds and everything else, was done using CT scan? Even the radiation was aided by CT scan.
Yeah, I can't.
Okay, so answer me that one, doctor.
Where was he at 10:15?
Yeah, so why do they want to do the MRI with Tony? Because the MRI is a guided way to
No, they're not doing an MRI with Tony.
Oh, well,
I just said they were doing a biopsy.
He used I asked him, he used I forgot what he called it. He did a sonogram first, and then he used some kind of sound to take pictures of it.
Well, that's a sonogram. That's a sonogram.
He says everything looked good. And then I came in, Alex, I cried like a baby. I'm not gonna lie.
What do you mean you cried like a baby? Oh, did you do the biopsy?
When he numbed it, yeah, I did it. I cried like a baby. When he numbed it, I hit the roof. I'm telling you.
Still hurt, Tony? Does it still hurt? Are you sitting on it?
I called you from the Phil. I called you from the office.
I know.
And all I heard is in the office, "Who's here for the Goldstones? Who's here for this?" I'm like, "What am I doing here?"
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. So they did the biopsy on you?
Yeah, I did it today.
Oh, you did it today. So you won't get the results for what, a day?
No, he said about a week and a half.
What?
He's got welfare insurance.
Wait a minute. I got my results the next day.
Well, I guess he wouldn't say 100%, but he said everything looked good. But then he sends it out, and then
Hey, Tony, what's the name of the insurance company you got again?
Dread.
Vinny Boomba Insurance.
It's like they swear. Just think, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. It was a horrible experience. I don't want to take up the show with this. Horrible. I don't know how. I told Checky, how did Alex do this? I got to
tell you,
the world knows.
My guy did it, and I was told, well, it's not pleasant. Get ready for that. And he did it, and I didn't feel anything. All I heard was what felt a little pressure like a staple.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I heard that staple. I thought of you. Clink, clink, clink. Oh, my God, they're killing me.
Yeah, no, but it didn't hurt at all. I mean, he numbed
the area. You know what got
me,
Alex? When they numbed me. Oh.
when they numbed you, they stick something up your butt and squirt the numbing agent.
One of the ways to do it is to inject Novocaine into the prostate.
I can't.
They only told Tony they were numbing him. After listening to Tony for 4 or 5 hours on the phone, they said, "We're going to fix this son of a bitch."
I'm telling you, I paid.
There's nothing for you.
This is the guy that kept this is the guy that kept calling us every 15 minutes saying, "Is it going to hurt?" Well, we're going to give him his money's worth.
Don't do anything strenuous, and you did really good.
You know, they probably that's the doctor. That's the doctor, Tony, that was in the New York Times that hung himself today.
Yeah, after I drove him crazy. Oh my God! My brother was having breakfast at the diner. He knew I was going to hit the roof.
He was laughing all the way.
I don't know. I don't know.
I had one 6 years ago. Uncomfortable.
I don't know how your doctor did it, but I was told by Alan that it was going to be uncomfortable, so I was prepared for that.
It was a little uncomfortable.
I didn't feel anything.
You didn't mind when they went in though with the.
Well, they went in there to numb it. What?
I know. I just couldn't. Yeah, I kept. It was. I couldn't. I was all revved up.
And God knows, if you're gay like me, you love taking it up the ass.
Did they say they put you out?
They kept saying, "Breathe in, breathe out, let it in, let it happen." I can't. Let this happen.
And then he finished off by saying, "Was it good for you?" Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing it next week. Let's go for seconds.
Alex, did you turn your volume up?
I thought of you when I heard this.
Did I turn my volume up,
Alex?
Yeah.
I said, "Oh my God, that's the stapling."
What do you mean? Did I turn my volume up?
That way you can.
You should turn your volume up.
Really? Turn my volume up? Why turn my volume up? Is that better? Is that better? Okay.
Yes. Phil's hearing aid isn't working well tonight.
Phil, a grown man crying in the office.
That's why I got on, because I heard you on YouTube and the volume was really low, so I.
Oh, really?
Wrote you. And you ignored my.
Gee, this should be pretty loud. I don't know why it isn't.
You sound
loud.
good now, Alex.
Well, whatever.
Better.
Yeah.
Turn your hearing aid up, Phil.
Yeah. Well, no. In fact, I'm peaking here.
Really?
Yeah. So maybe it's something wrong with your equipment.
Yeah. What do you see?
Maybe.
Oh, that's what Tony said to his doctor.
Yeah.
Anyway, gee, Tony. Well, I'm sorry it was a terrible incident for you, but
he got what he deserved.
Are you sure that they actually did it? Maybe
he actually said I was pretty good. Actually, I was trying to do the breathing. I felt like I was in like Lamar's class or something. What the hell?
Was that before or after you were crying?
Right. I was crying, Phil, when he numbed me. Oh, I had little tears coming. They gave me a towel, a crying towel.
I think they get 8 samples or something like that.
Yeah,
between 12 and
14 for me.
Yeah, between 12 and 14.
Oh, really? Mine was. I think maybe mine was 12. I can't remember.
You said on the air once that it was like 16, but maybe I'm not remembering shit like that.
I don't know. I don't remember any of it. I mean,
I want to block it out tonight when I go to sleep.
No, the fact is that my it was actually. Quite easy for me and not a problem, and I'm surprised that it was for you.
Did they put you out?
No.
Me?
No.
Phil thought
my doctor said I can put you out if you want me to. He said, but it's not really necessary.
Not at Kaiser. They don't even offer you that.
Well, I don't go to Kaiser. This was done in my doctor's office. Was it done?
Yeah, that's what he did too. Yeah, in the office.
Yeah.
Kaiser, they told me to take an aspirin and suck it up.
Really?
No, they don't want blood thinners like aspirin in your system. You don't want your prostate bleeding for a day or two.
Yeah. Well, I don't care. But whatever they did to it, don't work no more.
I've had 2 or 3 of those biopsies, and the first time I think I pissed blood for a month.
Yep.
Really?
Yep, it happens.
Yeah, you'll enjoy that, Tony.
Well, I had this thing where it's been hurting. You've heard me complain about it. It's been hurting me to pee for like 2-3 months. I mean, really stinging. And the other day I went to the bathroom, and there was, I think, a little bit of blood, and what also came out was something that looked like plastic.
Oh my God, you get me worried.
And now it doesn't. No, now it doesn't hurt me anymore.
You don't think you had a stone?
And I
You
think
you had a kidney
You had a stone.
no,
Yeah,
it wasn't a kidney stone. I know what a
Really?
kidney stone should
Was the
look
guy who had
like.
a
No, it
stone?
wasn't. It looked like a piece of plastic. Okay.
You know what was funny, Alex?
But wait a minute. Let me finish what I'm
sorry.
saying.
Finish his story.
So I passed whatever this was. I guess that's what it was sitting and lying on kind of the side of the bowl, and I didn't retrieve it because I didn't know what it was, to tell you the truth. But ever since, I don't have the pain anymore. I don't have the painful urination any longer. So I think what it is something that was part of what they did when they did all the seeds and the everything else, and it is somehow was coming out and lodged in there for months, and finally decided to, spit itself out. So and now I'm feeling great. That part. That's one thing I'm not worrying about anymore.
You got to start filtering your coffee water. The water in New York might not be as good as it used to be.
I'm filtering the coffee water.
He's filtering it through little pieces of plastic.
I use the what do you call it, the Brita water filter, and then I use that water for the coffee.
There was a guy in the office. You can't help but hear the people talk, right? So he's filling out his forms, and he was here for the kidney stones, and then he's on the phone with somebody. I guess he was leaving to go someplace on Saturday, so he says, "Can you drive me?" He says, "Yeah, I'm at the urologist." He says, "You know what? I got a great psychiatrist. I don't want to leave." The guy's going to the urologist, and he's got a psychiatrist, and then he's saying, "I'm into yoga now. I can stretch." The guy's like 70. I can stretch on the floor in all different angles. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is what's going on.
That's wonderful. Yes, Alan.
Did anything happen in the Supreme Court today?
Oh, what happened?
I think
I don't know. I thought
I think crowds of human beings burned it down. I think that's what happened. Oh, wait a minute. We don't have to do that. They're doing a good enough job of burning down the Supreme Court on their own. It's really sad.
Really sad. Well, the next thing I was watching CNN.
Go ahead,
night.
say something to piss off Phil. You got to wake him up there. He's very quiet right now.
The next thing they're going to go after is gay marriage.
Meh, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
No, because I believe that got passed by Congress.
I believe so.
Yeah,
too.
so they don't have to rule on it.
Okay.
It's law.
Unless somebody comes to the Supreme Court and says they protested, and then the Supreme Court says it's unconstitutional.
Right, that's right.
What's unconstitutional? I can't say how it would be unconstitutional to be able to marry.
It was, but that's
I'm
how
saying,
the Supreme Court.
But there's no way you can interpret that as being unconstitutional, because it's unconstitutional not to let people who want to get married no matter what their sex is.
Yep.
You want me to read that list again of all the different persuasions?
He, she, we.
No.
Yeah.
Phil was on the internet today when he had some free time looking up all those.
No, I wasn't, and I didn't have any free time.
Yeah.
Whatever free time I have, it's Tony seems to find a way to take it from me.
Yeah, right. Rob it from you. And those are hours you will never get back, Phil.
Right.
My suggestion to you is don't answer the phone.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I called him from the doctor's office. And you know what he says to me? I got a floater. I'm talking to a guy he's at Kaiser. You were there early. He couldn't see. He was getting dilated.
Oh, I was at Kaiser today. They dilated my right eye to recheck the floater and the retina.
Oh, I thought when you said floater, you were talking about something else.
A dead body?
Oh, I don't know.
Hello,
I don't
Kevin.
do that anymore.
Hello, Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Hi. I just wanted to say hi to you because, it's Tony and it's
When you're done
Phil.
talking about assholes and penises, I'll join in.
Oh, okay. Well, the trouble is, we are talking about the Supreme Court, so we are talking about assholes.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant.
Yeah. And, so anyway, I just decided.
It just brings back bad memories, that's all.
I just decided that I'm fed up with this country. I'm really fed up with it. If I was younger, I think I would. I can't even walk down the street these days. If I were younger, I would just get on a plane, go to another country, and live there for the rest of my life. anywhere except Russia, of course, and a few other things. But you know, I mean, I see no reason. This country has turned into just a garbage dump. Yeah.
Hey, I found a picture of Bob Saget that I took with my iPhone.
Okay.
He wouldn't let anybody take professional pictures of him.
Really? Why?
If you took professional pictures, they threw you out.
Oh, okay. Well, how about using your iPhone? They should throw you out for that.
Well, I did use my iPhone, but you weren't even supposed to use that.
Yeah.
David Meyer told me, don't take any pictures. You know?
Yeah, I think there was. I can't remember what the reason was, but he didn't like people taking pictures of when he was doing it.
Is it the flash, Alex? Or no?
Well, because people will take
Larry
those.
Brown.
No, because they will take pictures of him, and they will turn around and sell them.
Oh,
And he, you know, he probably believed, like so many people should believe, that they don't want somebody making money off their image. You know.
This is one of it. See how heavy he was?
Yeah. He lost weight after that.
He died.
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe he died still. That was
You
shocking.
can't believe he died. Here's how it happened. Here,
Joke,
let me
Tony. He didn't really die.
let me explain it to you, Tony. When people stop breathing, and they are now at room temperature,
You're good.
they've died.
I know. I still
Okay.
can't get over my mother's not here still. I was like,
You can't get over the fact your mother's not here still.
yeah.
Were you thinking that while you were getting the biopsy?
I was like, she would have came with me. She would have been in the office coming in. I got to go in the room with him. Like,
Oh boy. Oh.
yeah, she was that bad. I got to come in. I stay out. I'm coming in.
Boy,
I hope they found what they were looking for in your biopsy and don't have to redo it in a couple weeks.
A couple of weeks. They usually redo it in a couple of days.
There you go.
Don't feel there's my pin.
boy, did
Well,
your
you're still cleaned out. Yeah.
boy did your mother do a job on you, Tony.
She did, Alex. She have a when I went to the party that day, she's, who you going to see? Alex. She didn't know who you are. Well, you can't go empty-handed. You got to bring cookies. Where does he live? Harlem. Harlem, she goes. Is it safe?
That's
She's
where the
going to
Negroes live.
She goes, don't leave late. Because she knew how to take 2 trains and a bus.
You know, for a second there, Brian, it looked like you were a black hole.
Yeah, it looked like that thing they found the astrophysics found, right?
Yeah, they found an amazing black hole, huge,
Like a big blur.
something like 1,000 times was it wider than our sun, or maybe even more than that.
That's Tony's asshole right now.
He's probably right.
I know. And you wonder why people don't call in sometimes. I was like,
I don't
oh,
get it.
call in. Then you guys start talking about.
I'm going to start wondering why they're hanging up. Okay. Is how you doing, Kevin?
Okay, how are you?
Good. I just thought I'd check in with you.
Better than Tony's tush.
Let it happen. Let it happen.
What happened?
That's what he was saying. Breathe out. Let it happen. Like I was in yoga class.
Well, it's like he was, no, it sounds like he was having sex with you,
I
Tony.
mean, I thought he was.
Did he have his hands on you?
When they used the firing squad.
Did he have his hands on your shoulders by any chance?
And then he says, "You can get dressed now, Tony. You go home." He's standing right there. Says, "Yeah, but I'd shrink it." Just says, "Yeah, but I'm gonna wait for you." I said,
Bubbles or Feldman usually say that all the time.
What?
"I'm gonna wait for you to leave. I gotta
Getting a prostate exam and the doctor had his hands on my shoulders or something.
Yeah, the whole
Bubbles
time.
and
Yeah,
Feldman.
yeah. I think a lot of comedians use that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought it was because they were afraid you wouldn't pay the bill.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so
take my life
yeah.
over. My life's over."
You know what really bothers me? I've been saying this. I said this today when I was talking with Kravitz, and that is that really what we need in this country. We have Medicare. Now we need dental care. You know, because I have to do something about a tooth here, and I'm just not going in because I don't want to put out the money. But I'm going to have to eventually, you know. And if I don't want a big gap right here in my mouth, I've got to go get what?
On Monday, I'm getting my 2 lower wisdom teeth pulled out.
Oh well, that's nothing. You don't have to replace those. you know.
I hope not.
But
Costing enough to get rid of them.
Are they bothering you, Alan, or are they aching?
One is.
oh, by the way, I just saw the headline here. They're releasing inclusive Barbies. Have you heard of these?
What's that? Bobby doll?
These are Barbie dolls. Well, tell them, Kevin. You're saying, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Got one with a skin condition. They got one with a prosthetic leg. They got one with a freaking
Hearing aids. Hearing aids.
hearing aids. Yeah, they've got them. They've got one for everybody.
They got one that's Republican and one that's Democrat.
Yeah. But I mean, that's why?
You know,
It's so stupid.
Why?
It's not like she can't not hear. It's a doll. I mean, what is it
It's
for?
all about diversity and inclusion.
for the kids, it's great. I guess you know.
But
Yep.
inclusion for who?
Yeah.
Kids who
no
ha-
comment.
kids who have hearing aids?
I'd like to comment, but I'd like to keep my job.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Yes, I understand. I understand.
You see the fires in Laguna Niguel today?
No.
Well, wait a minute.
$10
Hold,
million house.
wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Oh.
You're changing topics.
Yeah, because the
What
last
else?
one sucked.
No, it
But-
did. No, it sucked to you. It didn't suck to me. Okay. Brian didn't want to answer it because he has a job and he's worried about his answer coming back to haunt him. Okay. So let's go to Kevin, who doesn't have a job right now.
Never had a good job my whole life.
Right? What do you think about the all-inclusive Barbie? Do you see
It
any
is
reason
what
for
it is. They're keying in on the kids, and the kids. For certain kids, I think it's probably good.
Yeah, but how many of them are you going to sell?
Well, it doesn't matter. They don't have to produce a lot of them either.
Does Barbie still have that figure that if they blew it up to a real person would be, you know,
Like this?
Yeah.
that
the
kind of figure?
Well, you know, Barbie was based on a French sex doll. You know that, don't you?
On who?
On a French sex doll.
Really?
Yes. There was a little doll that this company made in France that was very sexually ample and had the same kind of shape as Barbie and so on. And they sold them kind of as a sex doll. And the woman who came up with the Barbie doll saw them in France and said, we should do that in America, but let's clean it up a little bit so it's not a sex doll, but that it's a doll for girls, you know, for little girls.
France,
If
they
you're
have
around kids, and I'm sure Brian's around kids, that it works for them. It works for the kids.
It does, really? You think so?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm just kind
Didn't
of
they come out with a Barbie called Ken?
What's that?
Didn't
Ken
they come out with a
was
male
yeah, Ken,
Ken?
the Ken doll. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been around for years.
About a 90-year-old Barbie, where she's old and saggy, and
Yeah, they haven't done that yet.
they haven't done that yet.
Give them time.
I'm thinking, what kind of Barbie won't they do? Well, they're gonna do. I know they're doing one with hearing aids, and the only question is those hearing aids can come out and kids can swallow them.
They're probably attached.
Joking from?
Okay.
If it's a boy that swallows them, he'll end up pissing out a piece of plastic.
Yeah, but you know, I how many of these are you going to sell though? Is the question. You know, and if you've got a Barbie that's got one leg, which is very simple to make yourself at home, just rip the one off that's
right.
there. You know,
And her nickname is Peggy.
really, really.
Boom, boom.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
did that job, Brian.
yeah.
And I gotta go. HR is calling me right now.
Well, who's calling?
It's a good thing nobody watches the show. That's the big thing, you know.
They got a
Only people.
We got a lot
Only
of
people
people.
in Germany. Only people in Germany,
Wait a minute!
right?
All of a sudden,
be
we got a lot of
surprised.
people watching this show.
They got it. That's because Brian and Kevin are on. They got a quadriplegic guy that they're going to put out. Quadriplegic Ken. They're going to call him Matt.
You'd be surprised how many people watch this show.
Like a floor mat.
I got a friend in Florida that watches. My Rolfer, I go there on Fridays. He says, I saw the show.
By the way, cool it, guys. We have a woman in the room.
Oh, he's been invaded.
Look at that. Let's play the. Remember, Where's Waldo? Where's Adrian? Oh, wait a minute. I think I see her. I
You
think I
see
see her. She's behind her father's shoulder. I seem to see. Oh, she just disappeared. Where'd she go? That's like a magic trick. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. There she comes. Come on. Let's raise your head.
Say hello.
A little higher. A little higher.
I'm gonna say hello. Come here. Come here. Come over here. I'm gonna turn it off.
Like he's calling the dog.
You must get lots of laughs from her. Hi there. How you doing?
She's growing up too much. Say hi.
Yeah. Hi. How you doing? Yeah.
Okay. Say something. Ask Alex a question. Ask Alice a question.
Ask me any question, Adrian.
What kind of Barbie does you have?
I can't hear you. Ask him. No. Okay.
What was she gonna?
It's awkward. She says it's awkward.
What was the question? She whispered it to you, didn't she?
I don't know. She said something about Alex. Ask Alex what? Okay. Bye. You gotta
Tell
go.
Alex to dance like you.
No,
Have
mute
Alex
it.
get up and dance.
Alex is an idiot. I think he's an idiot. What'd she say? Right. Did she say anything? You know, you could just use her as a ventriloquist dummy if you wanted to.
Bye. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
No. Go. She got in trouble, so she's trying to be nice so she could play games.
She got into trouble with.
Go. This is
Better than you, Brian.
Very much better. Hey, Adrian, go.
She's that age while you got her, because we just got word that two of our twin great-granddaughters are now 13 and are already giving mommy and daddy hell about boys.
Yeah, well, the day that she brings home a boyfriend that's wrong, he's going to be on the phone calling Phil and me to take him to the range and teach him how to shoot.
Brian, she is hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, probably she exhausts you, but
She
she's
has
hilarious.
very, very funny moments. Like funny, like her brain is like really like comedy type things, like not normal. It's pretty good.
Yeah. No, I mean, she has a performer sense in her.
Oh yeah.
And so I would encourage that.
Yeah, she loves being on stage.
Just don't buy a pole, okay?
I told you. Chris Rock says keep away from the pole. That's all you gotta do. Your only job.
Yeah. Hello, Jack. How you doing?
Heard you guys talking about the 90-year-old Barbie. There is already a 90-year-old Barbie on the market.
Really?
A 96-year-old Barbie.
Yeah, it's called Andrea Mitchell.
No, I'm serious. Yeah, besides that one, no. They have done a Queen Elizabeth Barbie.
Good.
Sells for $75 a throw.
Jack's got 6
That's
of them.
right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
I got 8 of them, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably worth something in 96 years.
Well, is it put out by Mattel? I mean, is it officially
It's done by Mattel.
Really?
You can tell it's
Yeah, they
swell.
put it out about a month ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And they're selling like crazy. Wanted to get 4 of them because we have 2 sets of twins in our family. And they're past the age of Barbies, but I said I'll buy this and leave it to them for the future, right? Couldn't find any in any of the stores that we regularly shop in, and had to go to Amazon like God intended.
7-Eleven didn't have them, huh, Jack?
No, and neither did that story where you got that cap. Don't mess with me.
I want you to know this is actually a licensed product. It's probably the first licensed product I've ever bought. Licensed by the New York Police Department. Not that I care, but it.
Well, you didn't buy that at the Cops R Us store?
No, it's got a little thing inside that says NYPD. I don't like my bald spot. I got it covered up. It says it's an officially licensed.
I love mine.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, well, I'm getting there, Alex. Not far, and Phil too. You know, so.
So I would say
it's
cut
this
it
show. It does it to you.
I need a haircut, actually.
I thought this show gave you cancer.
Oh, don't say
The prostate. Yeah.
Yeah, prostate.
Well, anyway, what else was happening in the news today? Oh, they found, as I say, they found a black hole.
Really?
Yeah, huge, and they say it's a planet. It's a what do they call it? A planet killer. It literally is sucking up planets like crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
You sure they're not talking about Tony's ass?
What I heard is if you travel into it, okay, but you don't exactly stay in it, but you come back out, and you spent like a minute in there and came back out, 10 years will have passed outside the black hole.
He had something like that on the new Star Trek show that kicked off last week.
Well, yeah, but that's all it's all Einstein's theory of relativity.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I thought it was very interesting that they had that on television one week, and we're talking about a new black hole the next week. Just one of them circumstantial kind of things that
I don't remember a black hole on the first episode.
Well, I'm sorry, it was the episode that happened tonight.
Oh, because I've only watched about half of that. So yeah. So yeah. You watching the thing, the Godfather thing, The Offer? Really, you're not watching that? It's terrific.
I gotta watch it. Yeah,
it's about.
I was on the plane, and I searched for that, and I found out that is on my Pluto TV.
It's on Pluto TV. What? Just like one episode or something?
Yeah, only the first episode. It was weird, and so I was able to watch it either 2 times.
A lot of the times these companies will put that thing on several places like Pluto and wherever, and the reason is they want to suck you in with one episode and then have you pay to get the rest.
Yeah, because they only had one episode. And I keep searching every day, and I can't find anything else.
Yeah, well, that's what they want you to go over to Paramount Plus, subscribe to it, and
Yeah,
yes.
Actually, the first episode was really good. But
yeah, it's really good. Alan.
I've never heard of Pluto TV. What is it?
It's another one of these. It's free. Okay, but you got to watch commercials. And the thing they do with commercials on free TV, on free internet now, is you can't speed up and go past the commercial.
Oh, right.
Okay, so you're stuck with those commercials, and I won't put up with that. I pay for all the free, all the no commercial services.
I do the same thing. Yeah.
I just did it on YouTube, and it's kind of nice. I wish it was on everything else.
Yeah.
The commercial free. I watched Better Call Saul tonight, the newest episode.
Yeah. I've been keeping up with that. You watch that at all, Jack?
Sure do.
Okay, good.
Didn't watch tonight's episode, but
there wasn't one tonight. It was last Monday.
Well, I got Saul on speed dial now.
I still watch Survivor.
You really still watch Survivor?
Yeah, I do.
See,
Amazing Race. I like Amazing Race.
I liked it when in the first season where they were eating mice, and they were having to do all kinds of things to survive. It was a rough show. And then now you turn it on, and it's like, I don't know, they give you a temp with an air mattress, and crap like that. It's not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be.
Right. These last two, 41 and 42, they went back to the rice and taking their flint away and stuff like that. Only a little rice. Just a lot.
Got his ballot.
What?
For the election. That's the official ballot.
I've got about 30 of them here for you, Phil.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to copy some more.
You're going to vote for Biden again?
Oh yeah, you.
I'm going to make some copies right now.
No, Kevin runs polling places, right, Kevin?
Yeah, I do.
And so those are the ballots?
Yeah, this is this month, this week, this year's.
Yeah,
this
he
next
collects
election.
And he fills them out ahead of time, and then he drops them in the
No,
ballot.
but any of the ones that were for a
Oh, wait a
Republican
minute, wait a minute.
candidate, he puts in the dumpster.
I've got 30 of them.
What do you
Yeah,
got?
Get another 30 tomorrow.
Kevin and I busted a big pallet full of them, so we're filling them out tonight. and tomorrow.
Yeah, we're trading off. He does
Yeah, how
half, I
come
do
yours
half.
says I voted on it? I didn't get one of
What
those.
are the big races this year out in California?
Governor.
I just counted 30 something in governor.
Yeah.
I think it was. I
Did
lost
you
track when you
see-
said so.
Did you see the Republican candidates for governor and Senate in California? I mean, I am a garbage collector and I am a Republican. You know, I couldn't believe the crop of Republicans. The Republicans are
26.
ashamed of themselves. Actually.
26 for governor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for lieutenant governor.
Yeah.
You see that one woman for?
Oh, this is a primary, right?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
primary.
oh, this, oh yeah, well, yeah. This is the
Primary, statewide primary.
Yeah.
When's this thing with
Got,
Doctor?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Secretary of State, and I know one of them locally here is a friend of mine. He'll never make it.
So here's the insurance commissioner. She says, nurse, black trans woman, single payer universal health care. That's her whole stance. And then
Still filled out 30 for her.
this other one for governor, her name Mariana Dawson. F all politicians.
Oh yeah,
These are the
yeah,
Republicans.
yeah,
Oh, I saw that
yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
They actually waste paper on that.
yeah.
Well, she
Well,
has
they
the
gotta
right.
print it.
She has the right to run. They asked her to write so many words about herself, and she decided to write "fuck all politicians."
Yeah. Well,
Eight-
she has no
eight-
party preference.
8 for senator, 1, 2, 3 for state rep.
Yeah.
Alioto, I think it's the one that Alex knows is running for something.
Which Alioto? Angela?
What's her name?
Angela?
This
Yeah.
local guy here going
it might
for
be her
the
daughter.
representative is going to lose. The other guy's going to lose, so Zoe Lofgren's probably going to get it again.
I'm looking for Alioto.
I think Angela's probably a little old to run,
Right, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
he's,
so it's probably another Alioto.
Oh, here it is. Michaela Alioto Peer, Board of Equalization.
So it's probably a daughter who married somebody, and that's her full name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, her married name is Peer.
Oh, here's your favorite, Phil. Here's a sample ballot. I'll just cross out sample and I'll submit that one too.
I'm sure you will.
That's
Stein-
the one Trump always
Stein-
says. Oh, they do
Stein-
those too. They send them in.
Let's see. Comes from a family of immigrants who worked along the San Francisco waterfront and up the northern coast of California as a Napa Valley grape grower. Sure.
Yeah,
You know, a family of immigrants. Yeah, they were Italian.
right.
They ran San Francisco.
Well,
That's
come
right.
on. I'm from immigrants. Well, my mother wasn't an immigrant. My father was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grapes of rats taking place out there, out in San Francisco? Or
No, no.
The grape of Kent.
The grapes
Grapes
of
of
wrath
Canada.
took place in California. It ends up in
Salinas.
California.
Is that
Oh,
far from San Fran or no?
What?
Was it
Is
Salinas?
far from San Francisco?
Oh,
Salinas?
you
Yeah,
ought
that's
to
where your
be there when
hotel
you
is.
come to visit us, Tony. It's just
It's
a,
like 2 hours
Where are you guys? 3 hours.
near Kevin.
Was the grapes of
Salinas
wrath
is about
in
20 minutes from here.
Salinas, right?
I can't remember exactly where they wind up, but I think it may be Salinas or somewhere like that.
Is Salinas is where they
You,
wind up.
you know, the Central Valley place
Yeah.
like that. But they it's all about the Dust Bowl, you know,
Yeah, I get the book.
and
Salinas
coming out
is
from the
not the
Dust.
Central
Excuse me,
Valley.
coming out from the dust. You know, the dust.
I watched that documentary you talk about on the Dust Bowl. I like the documentaries. I get sucked into them.
Really?
I like watching stuff on old times.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Suck. Look at my
So how long
hands.
do we have to wait now for this your biopsy to come back?
I think he said
6 months for his thing.
Well, he said he wouldn't give me definitive there. He said everything looked good. The sound of it, but then
He
they said it
can't
out, so
tell
he said
whether
about-
it-
Always tell you everything looked good so they can get you out of the office without crying.
Yeah, no, because they can't tell from giving you the biopsy whether it looks good or not.
They gotta send it to pathology, and the pathologist looks.
That's what. Yeah. my sister's
Yeah,
friend-
so he doesn't know. Oh, it looked good. Fine,
For
my
Tony, they're
prostate
gonna
looked
send
good
it-
too.
For Tony, they're going to send it to a paleontologist.
You know what he did say? I did ask him, Alex. I don't mean.
Here we are, back up Tony's butt again.
I did ask the guy, Alex. I says, "Could we have watched this?" He says, "Yeah, we could have watched it." I was going to call you up and say, "Look,
No, you don't, listen. You don't want to watch any procedure that they're
no,
ever.
meaning like he said, could I?" Have
Oh
done
no,
one?"
I got a what do you call it?
Guy left his Timex in your ass.
What's the one up the butt that doesn't go all the way?
Sigmoidoscopy.
Oh, it's called Bob, actually. No, it's a sigmoidoscopy. And when I had a sigmoidoscopy, they said if you want to see it, you can look on the screen right there. And I watched it, and I thought it was pretty interesting to watch.
Oh my god!
Lay on your left side and watch it on TV.
Before I had my heart surgery, they did this thing where they, ran something.
Well, let's see here. We got 28 people watching right now. You're going to lower it to 25, are you? Go ahead.
Well, anyway, they offered me a chance to watch them as they were checking my heart out. I said, hell, I never wanted to know I had one until you guys told me there was a problem.
Angiogram.
Yeah. They said, you can watch it if you want to. I said, no.
What is that? What is that?
There we go.
Johnny Carson on Pluto TV.
Oh, okay. See?
Yeah, Pluto TV's got like a whole bunch of Three's Company, The Love Boat.
Oh, I love Three's Company, Jack. I was watching.
You can't get Pluto TV in Queens. Sorry.
All right.
No, you can get Pluto TV is on the internet. You can get it if you got Roku.
I don't know. I just found out what it was. I was teasing.
I find it totally useless.
Okay.
So.
Except when I Googled the offer, it popped up. I was like you said, the only one episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, only one. The first one, that's all. And I keep checking, and it's just
it on Netflix?
I think it's on Peacock.
Oh, it's on Paramount Plus.
Was it on Amazon?
Paramount Plus.
He just told you it was on Paramount Plus.
Oh. Well, I don't think
If you're going to ask questions, listen to the answers, Phil.
Paramount Plus.
I see it advertised all the time. I thought it was on Netflix.
Paramount Plus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, I did what you did. I decided to get Disney Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and I love it. I was really surprised.
Oh, Disney Plus is terrific, but also, if you want to, they have a 3 channel deal where you can get Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus, all for like I think it's $17.99, something like that. Yeah, it's a good combination actually.
Okay.
In fact, I'm thinking of pulling the cord here. And,
we did that 2 years ago.
And going to Hulu Live Plus Live, and they give you that plus the 3 Disney channels.
For $7.95.
No. For $75.
I've been doing the Google TV for $65, and I'm very happy with it.
Really?
Yeah. The Google TV gives you all the local channels, gives you the news, gives you plenty of shows, all these little networks that you'd normally get on cable.
Well, what happens with Hulu that I like is that they also allow me to subscribe to HBO and all the other things I would be losing.
So does the Google TV.
Yeah, and I'm thinking the whole package, everything I want to do is going to cost about $251 a month, but
you got to get internet.
No, but I'm paying. That's with me paying for an internet.
Oh,
my internet would cost me $100 a month. Okay, for the fast throughput that I use here. But it looked good because with everything I'm doing now, it comes to like $325 a month. So, this would make it much better.
How fast is the speed of your internet, Alex?
It's a gig up and a gig down.
Now, your current TV, is it coaxial or?
Wait a minute. What, Alan? Did you give me a sneer when I said that?
Oh, no. Well, because I have a gig down, but I don't get the gig up.
Oh.
I
You haven't been able to gig up in years.
Every time I see you. No, yeah. So I have the download is a gig, and it actually runs a little faster at night sometimes.
Yeah, well, my
up is only like 50 meg.
I need it because when I'm posting shows here, I then don't have to wait forever to get it to upload. You know,
Okay.
so.
Is your TV? Does it come through your fast internet, or is?
By the way, with your insightful questions, we're down to 24 people watching. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because I turned off the TV.
Yeah.
No, I was just wondering, because when I had cable, it was on a coax feed and into a modem. And I know you have an optical.
I have fiber optics. Yeah.
Fiber optics. Yeah. Is that the way you're getting your television signal?
It's coming in through fiber too. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is fiber up until they hit the apartment. Then it goes to coaxial cable.
Right.
As a way to put it out, but the signal is much clearer, and it's it's really good. I mean, there's no question about it.
So if you cut the cord and went to an internet provider, you would actually be getting your TV through the fiber optics.
No, I wouldn't be getting the TV at all.
Well, no, you would be able to get it through the internet.
It's through the internet, and I would be still using FiOS, and it would still be. What do you call it?
Fiber optics.
Fiber optics, which, by the way, the fiber optics for my internet ends right here on top of this desk. So, it has a very short way to go to the modem. So I've got a pretty clean signal. Found very little problems with it over the years.
Good.
Phil out there still has. Do you have dial-up, right? Not Phil.
No, I have semaphore.
No, I was talking about Jack. Jack, you still have dial-up out there in Texas, right?
Yeah. Sometimes smoke signals if we're.
You should try what I got. I got semaphore. It's ship-to-ship flags.
I thought semaphore was the thing they have you drink before they do the biopsy.
Didn't you, Jack, recently change to another system? You bought a different service?
Yeah, we bought a system as a backup. Haven't had any problems with the one we had before. Turned out, one of the problems we have in the Loserville that I live in.
Yes.
Is they have done telephone and fiber optics piecemeal. So
what do you mean piecemeal? I mean, it's either fiber or it isn't.
Well, I mean, some parts of the city have fiber, some don't. That was part of my problem before we switched to this other company.
Probably Metamucil.
That's right.
I'll pick up on that.
Only on Tuesdays.
It's the cheapest fiber you can buy, and the one that Tony personally endorses for his biopsy.
And you got to remember, for a state that considers or wants to be considered, cutting edge, we have lousy services on things out here.
No, it's Texas, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, really.
That's why you left.
Edge?
Yeah.
That's why you left, Bennett. You were smart.
Yeah. What do you have where you are, Kevin? Do you have fiber?
No.
No? Okay.
It's.
How about you, Brian, where you are? Fiber? No?
Oh,
Anybody here got fiber? Tony does. No.
I do. Yeah, I got FiOS. Yeah. I got the same as you do.
Oh, you have the fiber.
Yeah, my brother got the fiber. Yeah, he used to work for Verizon, but he was trying to argue with them to get a cheaper price. They never go down on prices.
Just tell them you're going to cancel. Tell them you're going to cancel.
I did that the other day. I did that the other day, and they said you're getting the lowest possible price.
I gotta call them up.
That's what they said to me, and I'm paying $276 a month.
So my story about I have Ring now. I don't need ADT, so I canceled.
Ring's good.
Yeah.
I canceled, and they kept saying, "We'll cut it down to this much. Pay only 20% for 6 months, and blah blah." I finally cut it. I said, no, I can't afford it. Finally, they said, okay, they canceled it. Now I had a guy call, and he's part of some team. and I forget what the team was called, and he left me a message saying that he wants to talk to me about being able to restore this at a lower price. I'm like, oh my. So I want to cancel everything, and then I'll get half price for 6 months of everything.
There's an app that you can put on your phone that finds supposedly all the services that you've subscribed to, and allows you and it allows you to cancel it in one stroke, it's supposed to make life a lot easier. I think it's called
if all your apps are on one credit card, you just say you lost the card, they give you a new number, and they're all canceled.
Yeah, I think it's called True Bill. I haven't looked too far into it, but I sign up for stuff, and I'm sure I'm paying for all these diet apps that I never use.
How's that going for you?
Pretty good.
Oh, I thought the last time we checked in with you, you were doing a certain exercise regimen every day.
I'm still doing it.
You're still doing it? You
Yeah.
still go to this guy and he beats you up and everything?
Beats the shit out of me. I've cut down to one time a week while I was on the medicine for the SIBO, because my stomach was, turning at 5:30 in the morning, and so I've been going on Saturdays, but this coming Saturday I'll go, and then Monday and Thursday, because I'm off the meds now.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was just wondering, because you usually start things and never continue them. So.
No,
I hadn't heard about it for a while.
And he hasn't changed, Alex. He's still that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm getting a lot of good results from this CrossFit exercise.
Before he started it, he got test body weight. It was like 31%, and now that he
34.
34%.
My BMI I think was 34. Now it's down to 31.
My ASCAP is 76. Nobody will get that joke unless you're in the broadcasting or music
ASCAP.
business.
Oh.
Because there are two services. One is called BMI, and the other one's called ASCAP. And I said, well, my ASCAP is...
Didn't they merge?
No.
No.
Huh?
No.
There used to be a third one called CSAC when I got started.
I think it's still around. It was European, is what it was. It was like a lot of European music.
I'm always
was published.
peeing.
Jack, what's all that stuff on your shelves, Jack? Are those tapes?
Tapes, CDs, model cars, toys from when I was a boy. Just crap.
They had toys then?
Yeah, we used to every now and then find some dinosaur crap and make something out of it,
Well, you see, I don't have anything like that here. I keep a very clean room.
Lift the curtain.
Yeah, it's the one back here that's the problem. See,
I'm on the beach.
Yeah. But,
well, we shouldn't say this about Phil. Phil one night on my program let us see the blue side of the moon. He stood up and he was in blue underwear.
It's long underwear. It's like workout stuff.
Yeah, but you don't do video, so nobody saw it except you.
Yeah, and my eyes have never been the same, and it warped my psyche.
Oh, there we go.
I was glad to be able to give you a thrill, but is that why you're having all these heart problems?
Hi, Jack. You gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go do your show. His show is next, by the way, and you can call him using Gabnet Live and using
just don't
Skype.
call hijack on the plane.
No, don't say hijack on the plane, right? If you're on a plane, don't call him, because then you'll have to say hijack, and then they'll tackle you to the ground. Thank you, Jack. Jack's looking for a way to sign off with Zoom. Okay, he figured it out.
That was that deer in the headlights look.
Yeah. Hey, listen, everybody. Thank you so much tonight. We're down to, oh, God. Not a lot of people. I don't know. Is it really that bad here? Yeah.
Well, you got a lot of people on the show. You complained a little bit, and everybody came on the show.
I almost had more people here than I have on watching it. Anyway.
But we're all watching it, so that's half the people there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Thank you so much, Jeff. Appreciate it. Tony, glad you had your test. I hope it turns out okay. You'll be getting your results back in a year. Alan, thank
I
you.
get mine
Thank
in a
you,
day.
Phil, for calling us. Kevin, love having you here, always. Brian, wonderful. Just wonderful. And I want all of you to give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you, and then we will fade to my camera. There we go. There I am. Okay, let me just take these people and get rid of them here unceremoniously. Jack Bishop is next with The Intersection. He'll be here with your calls on Skype at Gabnet Live. I'll be back again tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, and as I love to say, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.